Position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, as we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Sooners will boot it away to start the game. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So the Washington Huskies offense will get the ball first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And I'll tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really starting to play physical.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming in.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to the air on second and short. Got his man. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The Huskies have a lot of options on second and inches. He leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down and likely going to throw it again here right now.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolute shank. Missed it. Flag on the field, and the kicker's going to have a little bit shorter distance to work with here. Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. He wants to throw it. He wants it all. Touchdown, Huskies. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession 1, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will go to work for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game was the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week.
And the ball is free on the pitch. He picks it up, still on his feet. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be fourth down. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Hauls it in at the 40. He gets a block. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. We've reached a break. It's Washington holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. First play of the period. First down here. Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. It's caught downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. It's complete to the left. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to the ground. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. So that's scoring. Only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And the Sooners in the hurry-up. On the option. Now the toss. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Jukes his way for more. Oh, he's got some space. The 10. Touchdown Sooners. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead at half, down 14-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. The Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Illegal blocking back.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. Give to the big fullback. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Making sure the fullback gets a touch there, and good pickup there, 5 or 6.
Yeah, and he's a north-south runner. You just give this guy a little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets upfield quickly, and that guy is hard to bring down.
And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill with that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
3rd and 2, trying to be physical, trying to win the battle up front. Almost there, Paul, but just short, 4th and inches.
And it's loose! Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Harris. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And how about that linebacker? Seeing the ball getting thrown really quickly to the wide receiver, breaking on it, and then being able to get that fast guy on the ground for no gain. That's a really athletic play by that linebacker.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on it? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Moves around to clear up the vision. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. Tries to get it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Lewis to throw. With the catch, it's Adams. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Punt is in the air. Wants to return it. Can they catch him? Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets rid of it. Zings it complete to the right. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Going to take a shot on second and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Harris. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the point after is good. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see just how aggressive they'll be. They'll run it from the gun. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. And he's going to try to return this one. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in a half.
He's going for it all. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
He's got it down the left side. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the comeback is on.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation and timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller's going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Finds his man. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Leaves it with the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Hands it off. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Adams. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Floats it out in space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Sooners want to crank the tempo.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now
it's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Leaves it with the running back. A stopping cold maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Moving away from pressure. Got out of trouble and throws. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Lewis wants to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
First foul.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
But I tell you what, when you run those little fellas on the slants, they got to win at the line of scrimmage. Right now, they got to make sure those DBs don't get their hands on them so they can create a little bit of space because they're not as big of a target. Nice job winning right on the line of scrimmage to make the catch.
Here's the pressure. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Sooners decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quick handoff. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Gets a hand in there and breaks it up. It's incomplete, but wait, there is a flag down on the play. Will wonders never cease if you're a defensive guy? They called PI on the offense this time. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Flips it out on the screen. Running into the open space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Complete to the left. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fullback's got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. running back searching for a hole. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Going to the ground. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll give it to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. To the ground with the back. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Washington comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Made a defender miss. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Washington. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Arkansas State fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. The thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough, and they could just find a way. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Ohio State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So now it's second and long. Lewis to throw. Gets it out quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Unloads it left. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's